Hello. Welcome. Today's date is September 9th, 2021. 1 week ago on the 2nd was the last evening of Music in the Park in the Merritt Rotary Park. Amanda Lamothe, First Nation person, Indigenous person, Nice Feathers, emceed the event and brought us up to speed on the importance of storytelling to her culture. Introducing Dennis Saddleman, who is a published poet, born in Merritt, 70 years old, member of the Coldwater Indian Band, related his struggles of his life and how he found victory and finally became a published author, and his problems with the residential school system. So we hope you can make some use of this. It's the end of the month, September 30th, and we're going to have a holiday in Canada called Reconciliation Day for Indigenous people. So we'll see you when we see you.
Planets are as well, and they travel in that circle. Even our seasons follow a cycle. Wind in its greatest power whirls in a circle. Birds, their religion is the same as ours. Their nest is in a circle as well. And so all things of this life travel in a circle and try to be like that cycle. And so it's a beautiful teaching to just keep things simple and remember, as human beings, we're connected to everything, to the land, to the trees, to the wind, to the water, to the beautiful mountains, the rock. Every single thing of natural law is a teacher, is a storyteller. And so we have many stories in our songs and in our dances, and even how we go about our journey. I think the best stories are those hunting stories. Who's got some good hunting stories? Hey Merle, I'm sure you can get up here and tell some good fishing stories. Hey Merle? Fishing stories. Many things we need to know. You just ask Uncle Google, Mushum Google, Grandpa Google. But actually the true way is to listen to the stories. So when you hear the storyteller, your mind and your brain is creating these ideas and images in your head, and it creates this beautiful, bright light. And so as you hear the stories, it creates and sparks something within you to remember all those things that you've been on in your own journey. And so let these memories come up, and you'll be remembered at times, special times in your life, or different times in your journey on this life. And so we're very grateful to share this with you tonight.
I'm gonna sing one more song here. Over the past few months, there's been a lot of different kind of energies flowing, and with the discovery of the 215 graves in Kamloops and all the other schools around Canada and the U.S., it's been very traumatic, and there's been a lot of healing taking place, and our drums have come alive again, coming back in ceremony, singing our songs, telling our stories, and with the forest fires too, it's brought the community together, and it was a tough 3 or 4 months, and so the next song I'm going to sing is the Intercap Healing Song.
His books, and did you bring them tonight? Nope. All right then, that's too bad. But he has a card, he has a phone number, you can reach him, and he's local. And so we are very lucky to have him come into our schools and to share his stories with our students. And he has a beautiful story about how he came to be where he got his education and his journey in life. It wasn't an easy road, but it was a powerful one.
Hello, good evening. My name is Dennis Adelman. I'm from Coldwater Res, going towards Hope, a community below the Coquihalla. I was born in Merritt, 1951, and I grew most of my first 6 years with my parents up the old homestead there in Coldwater. And then when I was 6 years old, and I went to residence school. And I was all excited about going to school and going to join my sisters in the school, and I didn't know it was a residence school there until I got there. So when I got there, everything all changed there for a little 6-year-old, and next thing I knew that they were giving you all sorts of rules and regulations you have to listen to, and they give you really, really terrible food there when I was there. It's like we had mush there every morning and some burnt macaroni and sour cabbage and wieners, and they even gave us some what it looks like dog biscuits. It's big biscuits, but it looked like dog biscuits to me. And then even the smallest little rule, if you broke it, or you were severely punished. They give you a strap on your hand. And they used a big long strap, leather strap, 3 inches wide, 1/2 inch thick. And they strap you there. They don't fool around there when they hit you, they just swing. Hit your hand. If they don't see no tears in your eyes, they tell you to turn your hand over. And they'll strap your knuckles. And if they still don't see any tears in your eyes, then you have to pull your pants down. And they'll strap you in the bottom, and you're behind. Sometimes your back is exposed, or they'll hit you there. They'll strap you so bad and so hard. There are some of the boys there I saw there, their flesh there, just all wilted and all red, and sometimes some of them bleed. So my experience in residence school was very devastating. Physical abuse. They forbid us not to speak our language, and I said a few words in my language, and the supervisor got very angry, and he put a bar of soap in my mouth. He just rubbed it right in there, and a bar of soap right in my teeth and my tongue, and I was gagging for air. Couldn't breathe. Another time we're up on the hillside playing cowboys and Indians, and another boy there spoke his language, and the supervisor, he got really, really angry. The supervisor, he was supposed to be our caretaker. He's supposed to look after us. He was supposed to be look like the fatherhood or something, resembled a father, but everything he did there, he just made us cry and hurt us and everything. So we're up in the hillside there playing cowboys and Indians, and one of the boys spoke his language, and that supervisor, he just grabbed his hair and he reached down onto the ground, grabbed a cactus, and stuck it in the boy's mouth, just for speaking his language. There are all sorts of physical abuse and things that we can't do. We can't follow our ancestors' ways, and we can't have any contact with our immediate family. Even if you had a sister in a residence school there, you're not allowed to have any contact with them. So all these things that happened there, you know, just totally changed my life. And I can say I was sexually abused in there for a long time there. I wouldn't say that. I held that there inside me for 45 years. I was silent for 45 years. After I was sexually abused there, I went over to the school principal, and I thought if I was to tell the school principal there that his oblate brother, my supervisor, sexually abused me, you know, I thought I'd tell the principal. But the principal there, he didn't believe me. He said I was telling the lie there against a good man. I was telling them a lie against a good hard worker. So I kept that inside me for 45 years. So a lot of things happened in that residence school there, you know, after I was sexually abused, and I wanted to take the easy way out there. I went down to the river and I was going to go jump in the river and just say goodbye world. I wanted that river to swallow me, take me away from this ugly place. I even asked and pled with the river, there's no river, if you swallow me, would you take me away? But the river, he never said anything on it. All it did was just flow and flow and flow. So I was there for 11 years in the residence school. And I came home, the first thing I did there, I was drinking, doing drugs. I drank and drank and drank, and before I knew it there, I was going down and down and down. Before I knew it there, I was at the bottom of the bottle, and I was at the bottom of a junk pile. I was so confused, I didn't understand. I came out of the residence school there, they didn't teach me how to be a father, uncle, or grandfather. You know, I was nobody. They called me no good, and they called me stupid, and they called me ugly. So for a long time there, I believed that. So I went out drinking, and I just drank and drank, and I stabbed myself in the ribs, drinking lots, and I didn't realize that I was carrying all sorts of anger and all sorts of shame and hate. I was mad at the church, I was mad at the residence school.